Constructing the St. Louis Civil Courts Building, 1930. A family from the Kawescar indigenous people of South America, they were sent to the Paris World's Fair as exhibits in a human zoo. They were forced to live in cages and made to eat raw meat in front of spectators. 1889. Panning through the dirt, trying to strike gold, 1890s. X-ray for dentists. A couple from the 1940s. January 19, 1969. Communist sympathizers rally in Washington, D.C. one day before Richard Nixon's inauguration, demanding the United States withdraw from Vietnam. Pink Floyd's iconic floating concert in Venice that forced the city council to resign, 1989. A wheel of the Army B-25 bomber, which crashed into the upper part of the Empire State Building on New York, July 28, 1945, lodged in the elevator shaft. The USS California, barely staying above water during the attack on Pearl Harbor, 1941. Mount Sakurajima erupts in 1914. In 1925, home economics class was just for women. The ice cream sandwich special was all the rage at SS Kresge's in Paterson, New Jersey, 1925. Mersey Tunnel opening, Liverpool, July 1934 by King George IV and Queen Mary. Soldiers pose in their gas masks, World War I. Mariner 3, the first United States spacecraft sent to Mars, lifts off from Cape Canaveral on November 5, 1964. Aerial view of timber blowdown, destroyed by the May 18th eruption of Mount St. Helens in Skamania County, Washington, on June 8, 1980. San Francisco earthquake and fire, April 18, 1906. Remains of the Warren Apartments on Warren Street. A forest of totem poles crafted by the Haida people at Skydgate, British Columbia in 1878. Babe Ruth after enlisting in the National Guard, 1924. In Austria, they held dances on the ice in the 1900s. Howard University medical students observed a gallbladder operation in the amphitheater of Freedman's Hospital, 1946. Ella Harper, born 1870 in Tennessee. She had curved knees and was a circus exhibit from age 12. She was called Camel Girl and the most wonderful freak of nature. Sanger Circus, The Crazy Restaurant Performance, Britain, 1932. VE Day celebration in London, United Kingdom, 1945. Having notepads that were hung on the wall next to the kitchen wall phone so that you could take a message or write down any information you needed. Cab Calloway was one of the first stars who was not afraid to appear in a zoot suit on the big screen. Machine Gun Crew Commander Junior Sergeant Maria Grudistova at a DSHK machine gun, 1943. Alan Rickman as Tybalt in a BBC adaptation of Romeo and Juliet in 1978. A child wearing a Halloween mask gets ready to collect candy. Gene Tierney, 1940s. TV time, circa late 1960s. A bouncy, upturned hairstyle called the flip was worn by women in the 1960s. Summer Jazz Vacations in Harlem, 1975. A Swedish Man Living in a Turf Hut, 1892. The Dangerous Sports Club Ski Race, St. Moritz, Switzerland, 1983. Scouts from the First Baltic Front are leading a tongue, a prisoner specifically captured for the purpose of obtaining information about the enemy, captured in Belarus, 1943. British SAS operatives with then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher during the execution of Operation Nimrod in South Kensington, London, 1980. The contestants in the 1925 bathing beauty pageant in Huntington Beach, California. Security camera photograph of Patricia Patty Hearst during the robbery of the Hibernia Bank in San Francisco, California on April 15, 1974. Actress Dawn Wells and a Friend, 1960s. Dollars Price, left, and Marion Price, sisters from Belfast and members of the Provisional IRA. Both were convicted for their role in the 1973 Old Bailey bombing in London, which injured more than 200 people. Beating the heat with hoses and big smiles in Toxteth, Liverpool, July 1975. Battalion of the Durham Light Infantry, World War I. (1980s) Soviet informals. The famous Chinese lotus feet. Tight binding of the feet led to their severe deformation to such an extent that the girl could not walk. Women's Fire Brigade at Girton College, Cambridge, 1877-78. Ridley Scott directing Demi Moore and Viggo Mortensen on the set of G.I. Jane. 1997. Bald head polishers. Ted Spence, an engineer at the Los Angeles Brush Manufacturing Corp., demonstrates the hairline brush on Jan 12, 1950. Cultural Revolution in China. Anne Frank, 1941. A person reads in front of a bookstore destroyed during a London air raid, 1940. (1915) Eruption of Mount Lassen as seen from Red Bluff, California. Agatha Christie, in Center, roller skating on Torquay Pier with the Lucy family, 1911. Woman with slabs of bacon tied to her feet standing in a giant skillet holding an enormous wooden spatula, Chehalis, Washington, 1929. Man disrupting a KKK protest, 1970s. London. Bus driver has a drink during a heat wave in 1935. Members of the English group, Ibex, taken in Bolton, Lancashire, on August 23, 1969. You might find that the young man in white with long hair quite familiar. Well, that is Freddie Mercury. Men of the HMS Transvaal shake hands with an inhabitant of Marion Island. 1947, Marion Island. The original Star Trek Enterprise model, along with the men who assembled it, 1964. A World War I soldier caught in the midst of intense internal suffering. German paratroopers above The Hague, 1940. Amy Lee in her yearbook picture, 1996-98. (1992) LA riots. Boy Scouts and Neighbors team, up to collect paper for the World War II effort. Suffragettes are on their way to Women's Sunday on 21st June 1908. United Kingdom. Rum runners attempting to drive alcohol exported from Canada over the frozen Detroit River, Seeger 1920s. Men taking a break during construction of the Auckland Harbour Bridge in 1959. Marketing for airlines used to focus on the mostly male clientele and portrayed stewardesses as entertainment for passengers. Will Ferrell's prom photo, 1984. Construction of the London Underground began in 1860. Mardi Gras en 1937. Pictured here is Sandy Allen, who stood 7 feet 7 inches tall and was known in the 1970s as the world's tallest woman. African-American gentleman tries to navigate his car as anti-integration mob shakes and almost lifts one side of his car, Clinton, Tennessee, 1956. A mobile machine gun emplacement at an exhibition of captured German equipment at the Gorky Central Park of Culture and Leisure, 1943. Diana Rigg, 1967. Muslims praying in Delhi in the last quarter of the 19th century. A young shrimp picker named Manuel, 1912. Photo by Lewis Hines. Cree Chief Pito Kahanapiwi, and also known as Pound Maker, 1885. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. being attacked as he marched non-violently for the Chicago Freedom Movement, 1966. Fidel Castro at the Murmansk fish processing plant, a toast to the Cuban-Soviet friendship. A soldier saying goodbye to his wife and children in 1940. China, 19th century, street performer. Portrait of a Fakir, Jaipur, circa 1857. Group of people standing in front of row of National Guard soldiers across from Hilton Hotel at Grant Park during Democratic National Convention in Chicago, 1968. Vietnamese father and his whole family on a motorcycle, 1969. In 1947, kids across Canada organized a massive protest after the price of chocolate bars jumped from 5 to 8 cents. Sami people from Sweden, 1871. USS Recruit, a dreadnought-class training battleship built for recruiting and training new naval personnel during World War I. New York City, 1917. Kiss in New York City in 1975. A Coast Guard on horseback, patrolling the beach in New York, World War II. Flooding from the Illinois River along the Peoria riverfront in December 1982. Bathing Beauty Contest, Los Angeles, me 1935. Prop men throwing a rubber rock at the Universal Studio lot in Hollywood, 1963. The Anheuser-Busch Company car sold ice cream to stay afloat in the 1920s during Prohibition. Karelian children on the knees of Finnish soldiers. Picture taken by soldier A. Peltola during the Aunus expedition, part of the Haimosodat, Aunus, Karelia. 1919. Parade in honor of the liberation of Paris, 1944. Owning a fur coat in the 1920s and 30s was a symbol of status, embraced by many people seeking to enhance their social standing. Percy Mackey's band poses on the roof of the London Palladium, 1927. Photo from the 1997 Titanic movie set. Always keep an eye on your ice cream, New York, 1953. a German Ju-87 dive bomber that crashed somewhere in the USSR, World War II. A boy with tuberculosis takes air baths in the backyard of his home, September 6, 1912. A 2-year-old street girl from Bombay, now Mumbai, balances on a pole while performing for tourists. India, 1992. The Peoria Firefighters Club at 7300. Galena has floodwater from the Illinois River up to the rooftops in this May 20, 1970 photo. Protesters flood the Capitol in March 1980 to oppose military draft registration. Little girl feeding a bird, 1920s. Two women participating in the No Bra movement, 1970s. Posing for a photo with Santa in 1912. Berlin residents returned to the city after its capitulation. World War II. The before traces back to 1995 and the after reaches out into 2023. December 1934. The Whitwood, a two-wheeled motor car built to meet the demands of modern traffic. 7F to 8 ins long and 2 to 3 ins high. It has reached a speed of 94 mph during trials. Let's Dance on the Ice, London, 1933. Kids doing study box, Japan, 1986. Children pour through the gates of a park built for imagination. Disney's opening day, 1955. Children boxing in Kent, England, Gypsy Camp, 1951. A view of the burned district of Richmond, Virginia, and the Capitol across the Canal Basin in 1865. The city was assaulted by Union forces for more than 9 months during the Siege of Petersburg. A female gunslinger on the American frontier, 1906. Commander Johann Moore and a soldier inspect an 88mm Flak 36 anti-aircraft gun, the shield and barrel of which bear marks of downed aircraft and destroyed tanks. Crimea, 1944. NASA astronauts Michael Collins, Buzz Aldrin, and Neil Armstrong with their families 4 months before Apollo 11 launched from Cape Kennedy, 1969. Flooding to the mountains in Alaska to try and strike it rich, gold rush. A man hammers away at the Berlin Wall on November 12, 1989, as the border barrier between East and West Germany was torn down. Giant Olmec head found in Mexico, 1946. Verushka, lying on the floor in a snakeskin print catsuit, embraces a cheetah. A photo from this shoot is published in the July issue of Vogue United States, 1967. (1989) Student protests in Tiananmen Square. Students examine the PLA armored vehicles they set on fire and burned. Roller skating at Corn Exchange, Cambridge, Cambridgeshire, United Kingdom, 1960. A woman wearing a crinoline being aided with the help of poles back in the mid-1850s. Snowplane built and operated by Boychuk's Garage, 1935. Funny haircut, 1930s.